have this terrible habit of labeling people, of judging others, of thinking that what we think is higher than what other one thinks. That's the first thing we have to fix.
Without these experiences and interactions, we wouldn't know what we want and what we don't want.
We are usually asking things and unconsciously we are pushing them away at the same time.
Why do we keep saying, I don't like what that person did, remove that person, or person, stop doing that? Why?
And you're just not doing because what others will say or what they think.
That's got nothing to do with you.
Limiting beliefs around money.
Getting rid of everything that they do not like instead of spending their lifetime concentrating and attracting what they do like.
Let all those stigma and labels and judging away.
And it is very, very useful to see what we don't like so that we then know what we do like.
What you are doing is actually telling the universe, I want this, and putting the energy to ask it, but you are also putting the I don't have it energy and the missing energy and I don't get it energy. You are actually putting more energy on avoiding it to happen than actually letting it in.
The universe will piece it all together. Do not worry, it's always perfect. And welcome to another episode of the Happiness Sweet Spot. I am Nadia and this is Laura. So this is episode 2 of season 1 and we are going to talk about the 3 steps of creation. This whole season is about the law of attraction and we are very excited about this particular episode because the 3 steps of creation, once you understand them, is very, very, very helpful in understanding what our role is in creating our own reality. So first of all, I'm going to enumerate the 3 steps. So number 1 is you observe. Number 2 is the asking, and this is the role of the law of attraction and the universe. So we will go into detail about that. And number 3 is letting in.
Okay, let me start with the basics of step 1. Step 1 is all about observing all around you, experiencing different things, different relationships, different events, and deciding if you like it or dislike it, just to adjust your demands or askings to the universe. Nadia will explain it further. I will start with the basics. We have this terrible habit of labeling people, of judging others, of thinking that what we think is higher than what other one thinks. That's the first thing we have to fix. Let me explain a little bit more. Society tells us things, culture tells us things, our family tells us things, religion tells us things about this thing is good, this thing is bad, this person is good, this person is bad, this event is good to happen to you, this event is bad happening to you. But guess what? They're all wrong. Why? Because nothing is good or bad. Something that could be really good for someone could be super bad for someone else, depending on the context, on the culture of what they have learned. This labeling happens in our head, and they made us believe it's because of our values, but that's wrong. What happens is that we think we should judge others because they're doing something different as we would have done. But what happens is that we have to start to understand that in life, everyone is experiencing different things. Everyone comes from a different place. Everyone in this planet needs to experience a different series of things just to be able to ask the universe and discover who they are, where they want to be, where they're going. So first step of this, to make it right, to get the first step right, is compassion, kindness. You have to be kind to yourself, because one of the terrible things we do is also judge ourselves. No, you're doing this wrong, you don't deserve it, you should not be doing this. No. Step one, you have to let all those stigma and labels and judging away. So you start actually listen what your inner guidance is telling you about what feels good and is positive for you and what feels not so right. For example, let's say you want to do something very badly, but society tells you that no, that's not a good thing to do for you, but your inside you're feeling that you should do that thing, and you're just not doing because what others will say or what they think. But guess what? Your inner guidance is telling you maybe that's the next step for where you want to go, where you want to be, who you are becoming, who you desire profoundly to become. So, number one, shut all these stigma and voices, because you have to start listening to yourself.
So step one, as we said, is observing. So we meet people, we have interactions, we have experiences, and all this is to help us understand and know what we like and what we don't like. Without these experiences and interactions, we wouldn't know what we want and what we don't want. If everything was just neutral all the time, how would you know? How would you know what you decide to go for and what you don't decide to go for? And your neighbor or your friend is going to go for something else, and that's perfect too. Every individual knows exactly what they want, and they're guided on the inside to know where they're supposed to be and where they're supposed to go. An example. If you go to a dinner party and you have lots and lots of food on the table, there's going to be maybe half of the food that you love and you think, I could eat all of this, and maybe half of the food that is not to your liking. Does that mean you're going to go and see the host and say, could you please remove everything on this table that I do not like? I just want you to leave all this which I do like. No, of course you're not going to do that. You're just going to go and pick on your plate all the things that you do like. It's exactly the same for us in this world, in this life. Why do we keep saying, I don't like what that person did, remove that person, or person, stop doing that? Why? If you observe it, if you do not like it, don't do it for you, or don't attract it in your life. But why tell that person to stop? That's got nothing to do with you. Or we see something on this planet or in this earth that we're living that we do not like, and we keep pushing against it. We want it to disappear from the planet. Why? If you do not like it, if it's something that does not resonate with you, stop focusing on it. Focus on all the wonderful things, and there are many, many, many more than you could ever focus on in a lifetime of things that are great and that you do like and that you do enjoy. Start focusing on what you want. Start focusing on what you like. What is this habit that humans have to try and spend a lifetime pushing against or getting rid of everything that they do not like, instead of spending their lifetime concentrating and attracting what they do like? Everything is upside down. It's exactly what I was saying about the dinner table. You don't get rid of what you don't like. You concentrate and put in your plate what you do like. And this is very, very important. And this is step one. This is why we are here. This is the observing part. And it's very, very useful to see what we don't like so that we then know what we do like.
Step one is so important because you have to go around and feel what feels alright and what don't, and respect yourself, respect others, and say like, universe, this thing I don't feel like I want it. I won't give my attention to it. I will focus, as Nadia just said, on the things that are the ones that you actually want to attract, not giving energy to the things that you don't want, to focus on the ones that you want. Now, step number two. Step number two, it's all about asking. Telling telling the universe what you want. You know, being able to analyze all that happened in step 1, all that you observed, and separate the things that you want and you don't want, and focus on the ones that you want and clearly tell it to the universe. Let me explain something to be clear. Whether you know about the law of attraction or not, whether you know these concepts or not, this anyway will happen. The universe will anyway interpret always, all the time, your vibration to give something that is similar, that is compatible, that has the same vibration to you. So what we are teaching here with Nadia is to actually understand that you can facilitate or clarify your askings to the universe, so what you get gets manifested faster, clearer, and you are able also to understand that the thing you ask is here, so you celebrate and you enjoy the process, and this process should be flowing and nice and fun and always aligned with who you truly are. So you always have to ask in a way that is connected with your biggest self, with the best version of yourself. So for example, let's say I want to ask, I don't know, a partner or a new job, or what matters is the emotion or the energy you are putting in the asking, not actually the wording you will be using. Just a quick example. A friend of mine that I love was getting a divorce, and I was talking to her and she was like telling me, oh no, I am tired of this process is so tiring, I really want peace, I am asking peace but I don't get it. And I asked her, my love, peace sounds like I don't want it, or peace sounds like I want peace? You see the difference? Sometimes we are asking things in the opposite energy that we want because we get carried with the moment or what the situation is. But if you want peace, feel peace when you ask it. If you want love, remember what love feels and ask it that way. What do you think, Nadia?
Yes, that's exactly right what Laura just said. So I'm just going to go over step 1 and step 2 just to make sure that it's clear, because at the beginning you need to go over and over it if this is a new concept for you. So remember, step number 1 is you observe. You observe in your everyday life journey, in your journey of life, what you like, what you don't like. And then you consciously focus your attention on what you do like. Number 2 is the asking. This is the part that plays the law of attraction and the universe. So what Laura is saying, whether you are doing it consciously or unconsciously, whether you know that this law works, or whether you know about it or not, it is always in motion. What does this mean? It means, imagine an expanded version of yourself. So this is a part of you that you do not see with your eyes, you can't hear. This is a part that you have to just imagine. This version of yourself has the desires that you want, it has the life that you want, it has the partners that you want, the material objects that you want, and the universe has this already all prepared for you. So as I said, whether you know about the law or whether you don't know about the law, this is always in motion. Why? Because when, as a lot of humans do and have the habits of doing, you concentrate constantly on what you don't want. But the universe, by seeing the vibration of what you don't want, put straight away what you do want in that expanded version of you that you do not see. So, number 3, the step number 3 is letting in. Now that is our job and our biggest job, and it seems very simple, but just let's go over it. So, number 3 is letting in. What does that mean? That means to try and feel good as much as possible. Try and have a vibration and an energy as high as possible and as much of the time as possible. Now, that does not mean that you have to be happy all the time. We are humans. We go through emotions. That's part of life, and that's perfect. When you're in step number 1, you're going to have emotions that go up and down. By observing things that you don't like, you might have a response with your emotion that goes down. And that's part of the process. Once you get to step number 3, the job is to try and keep your emotion as high as possible. So what can we do to help us with that? If you're in a high energy, if you're happy most of the time, if it's easy for you to feel happy, appreciation. Appreciation is a great tool. You can be appreciative about your family, your children, the lovely house you're living in, your routine, anything. If, on the contrary, you're in a stage of your life where it's a bit difficult to feel appreciative because everything around you does not seem very pretty or rosy at the moment, then use meditation. Meditation is a great tool because when you go into meditation, you just focus on, I always say, the sound of an air conditioning machine because, you know, we're in a hot country and that's what's useful for us, but it could be anything. Something that has a little noise, that's not too distracting, that you can focus your energy on, and that quietens your thoughts. What happens when you quieten your thoughts for 10-15 minutes? You raise your vibration, you raise your energy again, and then you can start fresh, and that helps you clear your feelings, and you're in a good level again. And number 3 that I am a big fan of and that I love is gratitude. To feel grateful. I do this every morning when you get ready, when you're getting dressed and all that, to just say, I am so grateful for my cozy bed. I'm so grateful for my children. I'm so grateful. And if you do that for 10 minutes while you're getting ready, you're really starting your day with positive energy, and you're putting yourself in the atmosphere of starting your day in that higher vibration. So that is step number 3, and that is the job that we have to do. Feeling good as much as possible and as often as possible. And that's when the results come in, because when you are feeling good, you are letting into your life this expanded version of yourself from step number 2. And when you are not feeling the high energy emotions, you are just blocking that. It doesn't mean you're doing anything bad, it just means that you're blocking it temporarily from coming in.
I will now explain you a little bit about how to ask and how to let things in, because this is something that we have to practice a lot. Nadia just told you that the step 3 is the most important, is where we have the most difficulties in our lives, so that's why many of the things we're asking are not coming in. So let me explain a little bit about this. When you ask, you have to stay general. People tell us that if you want a Ferrari, ask a Ferrari, okay? Let me give an example. Let's say that you are asking the universe a Ferrari, okay? You say, universe, I want a Ferrari, and you do as in the video The Secret, feel that you are holding, the steering wheel and imagining the Ferrari. What happens is that if you have never actually been into a Ferrari, you don't really know how the seat feels or the steering wheel feels on all the height, so you are actually asking the universe from your current perspective and knowledge and tunnel vision. So maybe the most luxurious car you have been in is a beautiful, BMW SUV. So you are telling the universe you want a Ferrari, but you are asking the universe from the parameters you already know from your current life. So you're imagining this Ferrari, but you're actually emitting a SUV from the BMW. Is this clear? Okay, so you're imagining from the universe, and the universe sends you a friend who tells you, I'm selling my SUV, I know you need a car, would you be interested? And you're like, no, because I want a Ferrari. Okay, another person comes and wants to sell you another type of equivalent SUV, and you're like, no, because I want a Ferrari. But what you don't actually know, and this is very important, because the universe always knows better than us, because we never know, like 99.9% of the things that are out there, the parameters we don't know. So for example, you're asking the perfect car for you, and you think it's a Ferrari, but the universe knows that your wife will be pregnant soon, and that you will need some space, and the perfect car for you will be the one that has most of these askings you're having, plus some other extras. So when you ask, you have to be general. You have to actually tell the universe, I want to feel comfortable in my car. I want to enjoy the speed. I want it to change speed very easily. I want to like the feel of the leather seats. I want to enjoy the sound, and imagine yourself in the situation without too many specifications, because number one, the universe knows better than you, so it will bring the perfect thing if you are feeling while you are asking. And number two, if you do want a Ferrari, go and sit into a Ferrari. Go to the place where they sell it, try it, and make a tour and confirm that that's what you want. Also, you have the correct parameters to ask the universe.
Exactly. So what Laura is saying is that we're not saying that you can't have a Ferrari, because maybe you're a Ferrari enthusiast and you've driven one, you know it's exactly the car that you want, it's perfect for your lifestyle, you love the feeling of it, great. What we're just saying, and this is out of experience because we've done it ourselves, we've asked for something because we just thought that this is really what would please us. And then the universe has brought something different, and once we've experienced that, we're like, oh, this is the perfect thing that I wanted, that I didn't even know about. And I was asking for this without really knowing what it is, just maybe because I have ideas of what society put in my head, and this is really what I wanted. This is just what she was explaining, that sometimes if you can't be specific because you don't have all the ins and outs, stay general in your asking of, as she was saying, feeling good, feeling free, feeling the speed if it's a car, feeling comfortable, feeling luxurious, and then the universe will piece it all together. Do not worry, it's always perfect. Now, what can we do just as a little game, a little example? Try and manifest something in your life just to see how this works and just to get your faith up, because I know at the beginning, if all this is new to you, you might think, oh, does this really work? Okay, let's try it yourself. Every person has areas of their lives where they feel good and ease about, and things that are a bit harder. Some people might attract really easily love, and other people might have areas where they attract money very easily. Go for an area that is comfortable to you. If you have lots of problems in your relationships and you never attract the right person, don't start from going there. If you never attract money into your life, don't start there, because go for an area that feels comfortable to you and try and attract something small, something that's not very significant, and something that you're not going to spend your time focusing on. I like to think of something, you know, it can be as simple as, I would love for someone to bring me some flowers one day, or I would love to...
like my large cup story.
Yes, tell them the large cup story. That's a great story. That's going to show you exactly what a small thing can be, and you won't have any resistance about it. You can live without it perfectly, but you'll have ease about it, and it will just pop into your experience. Listen to the story.
Okay, we were in Europe, and since maybe you don't know it, but I used to live for a long time in Canada. In North America, we love large coffees, very big coffees in the morning. And what happens in Europe is that the coffees are super tiny. And when we arrived to Europe, we were going to all the stores and asking, sorry, madam, do you have a large mug? And they were like, sorry, we don't sell that here, no. Sorry, maybe do you have large mugs? oh no, we had it once, but you know, they were not selling, so we're not asking them anymore for the store. And I was with Jean-Loup, my husband, and I was like, mi amor, no worries, we will find the mug, okay? And I was imagining myself with my large mug in the morning. I wanted really my big coffee, and I was like, no worries, we will find it, we will find it. And the next day, literally the next day, someone knocks at my door and open it, it's my neighbor. And she tells me, oh Laura, I know you just arrived to the building, and you know, I have a lot of stuff and I don't really need it anymore, so instead of giving it right away to the church, maybe you could look around and maybe something serves you. It was a whole set of huge North American mugs because she was from the US and she purchased them in the US and bring it to Europe. And guess what? I asked the universe properly. It wasn't something that was bothering me. It was an easy space for me to ask for a mug because I didn't have resistance or limiting beliefs against having it. And the universe very, very fast, because you will start noticing it. It comes fast when you don't have any limiting belief. She had not only one, but 6 perfect giant mugs from the United States, and that was exactly what we needed. So that's an example of something you can play around, as Nadia was saying, to really manifest something easy and start playing with this and, you know, feeling that every day could be Christmas and receiving these things and start, you know, building your belief and understanding the sensation of manifesting these kind of things.
So that's a great example, you'll see. So that's what I was trying to tell you, just to try and manifest and get your faith, if you want to call it like that, out. Just get your knowing, because once you know, and once we've practiced it for a long time, and we've had example after example after, we're going to make a whole video for you about the things that we have manifested, and some things you would think, how is that even possible? It is magical, or it feels like magical for people on the outside. Once you know how it works, you are very happily surprised, of course, and you are always amazed time after time of how things happen. But you just know it's going to happen. But at the beginning, it can really seem to other people, especially, like, how is your life so magical? How do you go from this, when I spoke to you last time, to this now? The step is huge. So that's a little example and also way of practicing. And once you've done that a few times and you've manifested a few things, then you're going to start to get really excited about this. And we are going to talk about in future videos how to manifest different parts, you know, in your life, relationships and money and health, and how to specifically focus on those in a way that serves you to attract exactly what you want. So try that, and then write in the comments what you have managed to attract, what you have managed to manifest, what you were asking for, how long it took for it to come, all that kind of thing, because it's so exciting and we love to hear all about it.
I'm gonna explain a little bit about something about step 3 that we usually do. It's like we are usually asking things and then consciously we are pushing them away at the same time. I'm gonna explain it. But before explaining, if you are enjoying this, please subscribe, follow us, or share this video to someone that could benefit from it. We are growing this community. We are so excited about this, and this is content that has transformed our lives, and we're 100% sure that will transform yours. So let's go back to this asking but pushing at the same time, because I think this is the trickiest part of step 3 on the letting things in. Let's say you are asking for money. We usually culturally get a lot of limiting beliefs around money or around different areas of our lives. But let's take just money on this example. You are asking money, or you are asking a partner, for example, and you're saying, universe, you go in a meditation, you ask and you tell universe, I want this. And then during the next days, you know that you ask the universe, but you start feeling the urgency to get it. And you start feeling like, oh, I want money, but it's not here. I want a partner, but it's not here. And I want this, but it's not here. Why it hasn't come? Why it's not arrived? Well, universe, I ask you and it's not here. Why it's not here? I want it, but I'm missing it. Oh, I would be happier if I have it. What you are doing, it's actually telling the universe, I want this, and putting the energy to ask it. But you are also putting the I don't have it energy, and the missing energy, and I don't get it energy. And you know, and this energy, since you are building up during your time, during the days, you build up and build up, feeling that the missing of it, it's not there, you are actually putting more energy on avoiding it to happen than actually letting it in. So from now on, now that you understand how it works, you will start noticing every time you're telling that, oh, I don't have this, you will stop yourself right away and say that, no. You pause for a second and you remember the right good feeling when you correctly asked for it and said to the universe, no, universe, I already asked you for this in a moment when I was alive. I correct my asking and just manifest it in the perfect way. I know it's coming, I am patient, I let it in. Okay? Stop pushing things away, feeling that it's not here, I don't have it. Just breathe, remember the aligned sensation, and said to yourself, you already asked correctly. Be forgiving, it's gonna come. And when you let go, it's when things come in.
So now that you know all of this, have fun and try and manifest something into your life, build up your faith. At the beginning, it's normal. You're going to have lots of questions. You're going to wonder if this works, if it doesn't work. Have a little bit of practice with this. Try and manifest something that's not too important for you. Any questions that you might have, please don't hesitate to write them down in the comments of the YouTube channel, on our social media, anywhere you want. We are here. This is why we are here. We had so many questions when we started off with all of this, when we discovered this information, and we just kept on asking and asking and asking, and we got all our answers. And this is why we were able to get to a place where we know it works, and we have manifested things that to some people just seems like magical. It's, how can it be? You will understand little by little that nothing is coincidence, nothing is chance, that we are playing a role in creating our own realities. And the more you practice, the more you will discover how aligning your feelings and how being in a good feeling place will let in the things that you are asking for, and how not doing that will just keep you pinched off temporarily from that. But it's fun, it's nice. The more you do it, the more you practice it, the more you will see things come in, and you will really enjoy it. So thank you again for being here. As I said, please don't hesitate. Any questions that you have, write them down, and we look so forward to seeing you next time in the next episode of this first series. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you for being with us. We enjoy so much doing this. Just make sure to be kind to yourself, to enjoy the process, to really listen to yourself when you ask, and letting the things come to you, being open, and give yourself and the universe a lot of love. It will work, I promise you. Thank you for being here. We are preparing at the end of season 1. We will have a Q&A session, so make sure you write all the questions that this video might have generated to you right now in the comments. We will love to answer it, and this is getting very fun, and we love listening to the things that you have manifested. I am Laura, this is Nadia. We love you and thank you for being here. See you next time.